That hurt. More verticality. Recording in progress. All right. Welcome to the Straight Red Card. Thank you for joining us. This is the recorded version of this is segment 2, which is going to be recorded because we just did 2 fucking hours of a show.
It's funny. It's funny because we went into this whole live stream thing. Of, we see all these other people doing like 3-hour live streams. Like, man, I couldn't do it.
There's no way. Yeah, that's
how could you possibly do 3 hours? And we rambled on for 2 hours, and we're sitting there going, "Dude, we got to cut this off, man. We've been on for 2 fucking hours."
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It really was. But we were thankful to all of you who joined us there. We never fell under 100. We were at, I don't know what the peak was, but it was
about
good.
125, roughly speaking.
And that kind of hovered there for a while. So that was really good.
Consistent. That was awesome. And great, guys. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, especially for a 2-hour fucking show. Like, I would
listening to us.
I mean, I wouldn't watch anybody talk for 2 hours. So we really appreciate that.
In fairness, I mean, sometimes my wife does say, "Hey, Brett, it's okay to, not talk from time to time."
Yeah.
I'm like, saying I talk a lot? A little bit, yeah.
Just shut up.
You don't have to fill every void with words. I'm like, I kind of do, though.
I don't. I mean, it would be weird, but like one of the things I used to teach a lot of the outreach guys that I would do training with when I was running the Hope Foundation was, it's okay. Silence is okay. Live with it. It's okay. That tension it's good. So
what you're telling me at that point is that the people you're referring that to, or you're telling that to, that their ideas are dumb and that they just need to stop talking.
No. I think the key is don't fill dead air with bullshit.
Sometimes the funny thing is that's a big thing I talk about when it comes to like Americanized commentators, like in-game commentators, versus saying watching like EPL, where they're like you can go a minute or so without hearing a single fucking word.
Yeah, let the game speak for itself.
Just watch the game, and you bring it up every now and then. Whereas like you watch like ESPN or Fox coverage, and everything has to be filled in with some factoid, like the last game that McKenzie touched the ball 3 times within the first 5 minutes, USA won 5-0. Hey.
Daniel Asparia's mother was born in a mule farm in the grass. I don't need to know that. That doesn't. I mean, might be somewhat relevant, but
we're gonna bring that up on our show, but.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to add to the show.
99.9% of the people don't give a fuck.
When Richie whatever was 12, he had a severe testicle disorder that had to be fixed by a new scientific, invasive surgery.
They had to remove his middle testicle. It was the worst.
It's like, I don't need to know all that. No, speaking of science, though, holy crap. Craziest thing that came up on my feed was the whole lobotomy thing that went on in the United States. And I'm thinking, wow, that's horrible. Somebody sticks a rod in the front of your skull and just wipes it out sort of unscientifically. It's like, yeah, we're just going to stick a rod in your frontal lobe and just go back and forth and just destroy it all.
Let me stick in the fire real quick.
A lot of people were completely debilitated by that. And it's the crazy thing that the Kennedy family, one of John Kennedy's sisters, Rosemary Kennedy, like the family's like, she's kind of a pain in the ass. She talks too much. She's kind of no, seriously.
She talks too much. Let's stick this hot rod into her brain.
Yes. They made her an invalid. They made her an invalid. Like she was just a sort of pain in the ass, and she kind of, she did a lot of things for attention, just like a lot of teenagers do, And she's
a person out of time. I mean, she didn't have social media to jump onto.
And their solution was, yeah, that new lobotomy thing they're doing sounds great. Let's just do that to her.
It's working wonders for everybody else.
So if you think the Kennedy family, by the way, is some super goddamn grand ass family, they did that to their own daughter. Okay,
that's super.
That's super fucking sick and sad. And I don't care. You can say, well, Derek, you got to put that into like context and history. I don't care what the fuck. If I was
let her be the fucking crazy lady in town, rambling shit. I don't give a rat's ass. I would not be shoving a hot poker in my daughter's brain. I'm sorry.
As a father of a child, I don't care how much they acted out. I would never let somebody do a new thing by a new doctor who was just around then in the last 20 years.
They've got old money. I mean, there's no reason that they should be experimenting that. No, they should be like letting the peons experiment first.
Well, they did. And they saw that it worked so great for everybody else. But the main thing was they didn't want somebody who would act out in the family and act out of, the sphere of their power and their media dominance. So they were like, let's just make her really fucking docile because we don't need anybody outspoken like that or acting out in the family.
Guaranteed old money. There's no fucking way. Fucking way.
It's disgusting.
No fucking way.
It's disgusting. That's disgusting. I'm not blaming it on like Bobby or any of her siblings. They didn't make that decision, but her dad did. It's disgusting.
So Derek, I want to say thank you because all those lobotomy YouTube videos are now going to appear on my fucking channel. No different than the cave diving videos. I swear to God, you brought that up on a show, and then all of a sudden, not because I'm searching this shit or I click on a video, all of a sudden I get all these cave diving videos. I mean, Google is listening to our conversations.
Yes, they do.
They're like, oh,
they must be.
I mean, he's talking with Derek a lot. He must like this cave diving shit. We'll post that up there.
Other people
that shit goes up there. It was ridiculous. Everything you keep bringing up keeps popping up in my fucking feed.
Other people are saying the same things, and I apologize. It's not our fault. And so I won't go into extensively the evolution of what was it? The video was something about the explosion of syphilis in society, and it was a whole documentary about how
now I'm gonna get a bunch of videos about STDs, and my wife's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you looking up? Like,
is there something I should know, Brett?
Derek, talk to Derek."
It was just me. I mean, I found it really creepy because Jesus, I didn't know all that stuff about syphilis. It's really gross. All right. So outside of that, let's get into some big things.
Talk about soccer. Let's feed my feed with soccer stuff.
Well, the big thing on the weekend on Saturday, of course, was Pulisic versus Balogun. And of course, Pulisic came out on the winning side of that, and Balogun's not really
nearly with a fucking injury too.
Yeah. Well, thank God it's not. He'll be in camp. But Balogun had 74 minutes, and I thought they didn't pass him the ball enough. Like, I know he showed himself to the ball. He'd be like, pass me the ball. I'm right here. He would put down his arms like that and say, pass me the ball. No one passed him the ball. So
I'll tell you.
For Middlesbrough.
I watched the game in passing. Like, I had it on my phone while I was doing a bunch of shit around the house. I didn't even know he was on the field. I mean, I knew that he was on the field, but I would never have known that he was on the field if I didn't see the lineup first.
I think his number was like 74 on the back of his strike. It's something ridiculous. 47, ridiculous, something like that. I'm like,
unfortunate for him, but
yeah. But he tried. He ran a lot. He got into open space. Nobody passed him the ball. Middlesbrough, they were doomed to failure, and they did fail. But Bello did play 90 in a loss, and I will say he was caught jogging in the first goal. So that's not a good thing for him at Arminia Bielefeld, but it's not good because he's going to be the replacement at left back if Robinson goes down with some sort of injury.
And I will say in devil's advocate, I didn't watch the whole game by any means because I was flipping between that and I think the Augsburg game because I was hoping to catch Pepe.
You were hoping to catch
Son
Pepe.
of a bitch. They threw in two other strikers over top of him. I mean, come on. No, but I watched minutes here and there of Bello playing, And I thought for the most part, I thought he played okay. I thought he was adequate out there. I didn't think he stood out.
There were two particular buildups that led to goals where he was nowhere in sight. And one he jogged back, and the other one he just wasn't anywhere there. He got caught so far up the field, he wasn't even in the picture. And he was playing left wing back. So, they had 3 in the back, so he was supposed to have some cover. But listen, they're driving down your side. You got to be there at some point. You got to run back, sprint back, not jog. Jogging, no, doesn't work for me. But as you mentioned, Pepe didn't play.
Well, that was the biggest disappointment of the day. Yes,
and
not the biggest, I guess. I was unfortunate.
They replaced
the biggest disappointment later,
and they subbed in both strikers, so he's now 5th on the depth. So
he's somewhere up that range. Yeah, absolutely. Because I was sitting there going, I was bouncing back and forth between games. I'm like, are they going to sub him? I'm looking at the timeline. I'm like, oh, they made a sub for a striker. Fuck.
I know. And then another forward, and you're like, fuck. So Che got to play, though. Richard's still injured for Hoffenheim. That was his first start.
Well, that's so weird. What's happening with Richards? Because they talked about how he was back at practice and he was back with the team.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd imagine that at that point, maybe the first game would go by, but after that, you'd imagine that he'd at least be in the game day 18. But it's been like 3 weeks at least.
Longer than that.
Let's say 3 weeks at least, and he hasn't been on a game day 18. What's happening there?
I think the injury's a lot worse than
leading on
than Richards thinks, because it's taken him a while to get back. So I mean, listen, Hoffenheim would like to have him. But they're not going to just throw him back out there because Chris Richards thinks he's ready to go. It's not his decision.
Well,
doctors involved.
He's back. They announced that he was back at training with Hoffenheim. So that would lead me to believe that the team thought at the time that he was ready to go. Now maybe he wasn't. Maybe he came back and maybe he picked up another knock and it was like whatever. Insert injury here. What was his ankle? Right?
It could still be sore.
Yeah, exactly. He could be training with them, but not necessarily be in condition, ready to run and cut and
that
ball
too.
Shit. Absolutely.
He's got to get in condition too. He's got to be able to play 90 as a center back. So, I mean, that's one of those positions that usually does play a 90. You don't replace center backs usually unless they're fucking up. So, I mean, they played the full 90. Tillman went 70 in a tie for Greuther Fürth along with Green. I mean, it's time to start looking at Tillman.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, as a viable option. I mean, of course, Fürth is going down.
They are hard.
But I mean, why not? Like, come friendlies and Nations League and all that stuff. Why not give him a look?
Yep.
He's getting good, consistent playing time.
Bring him into camp.
Bring him into camp. You don't have to necessarily play him.
Yep.
But give him a look.
Give him an opportunity. Let's see what he looks like.
I mean, at that point, you come Nations League, I don't think you necessarily need to bring in somebody like Acosta because what Tillman plays more of a
CAM.
CAM? Okay.
Or an 8. He can do both. 8 or 10.
Yep. So, again, you don't necessarily need to bring in somebody like Acosta or somebody who I guess come Nations League, you still want to qualify. So you still Berhalter will still probably bring in kind of a core. Guaranteed.
Yep. Yeah, but Tillman,
he might venture on those fringe players.
Tillman can do an 8, a 10, or a 7. So there's a guy with lots of versatility because Greuther Fürth have tried everything under the sun this year to win a game. So he's played all over the place. But Green, you're out. You're done. I mean, you got.
Which is funny because at the beginning of the season, obviously we were pretty high on him.
Yeah.
But then he didn't perform well, didn't play,
and now he's a bench guy.
So yeah, at that point,
on the worst team in the Bundesliga.
At some point, I mean, obviously we gave up on Green, not gave up on him, but we stopped caring about his performances a long time ago, and we're just at that point going like, okay, he's not a viable option moving forward. He needs to do something else, or at this point, like 28, 27, 28?
Yeah, he needs to give up on his hairline. That's what he needs to give up on. Just shave it all off, dude.
Yeah.
It's going. It's so far back. It's like where my headphones are. All right,
Yeah, I
Miaz.
mean, don't worry about that hairline.
Yeah, I mean, I still have hair, but all right.
I got hair. I
Got a
I'll
tuft.
send you.
We're not busting on bald people. All
No,
right.
not the slightest.
At the slightest, because all right, Matt Miazga did not play. Musa, and we're just going to go through the major players here. Musa, 72 in a win for Valencia.
That's good.
Yep, that's good going into this. DK still injured. Holmes went 70 in a loss, but he's got no chance to play for us, really. Weah got a red card in
Not under Berhalter, no.
No, not after their confrontation. Weah, red card in the 65th. They won.
That just means he should be refreshed and ready for the window, right?
Well, it was Saturday, so yeah, it was the last game of the.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, before the window. Keith Perry's back.
Yeah, we brought that up last week. Yeah.
Intervene 7 minutes.
All right. Oh, yeah, time. Nice.
I'm going to skip. I mean, Ramirez and Polvara played for Aberdeen in a win. Chris Mueller for Hibs 30. CCV 90 in another win. But hey, let's just call up Sands. All right. Effort.
No, that was the big talking point, wasn't it?
Yeah, but no. Yep. No one talks about, by the way, Joe Effort, who went another 90 for Motherwell as a center forward. Didn't score. Then they lost, but Joe Effort.
Well, we bring in somebody like Sands at that point, obviously because Sands had some introduction prior to going to SPL. But I mean, a number of players in SPL that are getting, 90 minutes or so.
Yep.
You look at Harks, you look at CCV, you look
at
Harks
is injured. Harks
well, I'm just using him as an example because he was getting consistent playing time and he was doing pretty well
until the injury.
The injury. So I mean, it's you're looking at it going, does Berhalter / USSF really look at SPL as a step up from MLS? And we talked about this.
They don't. They don't really see us as a step up, but Sands
I don't necessarily see it. We've said it before too.
But
right?
Sands is a favorite. He's a favorite of Gregg's. So
no, I mean, yeah, Sands had the entire Gold Cup, so I mean, he has introduction into the team, whereas somebody like CCV or
he gets a pass, but CCV does not get a pass. So,
but that's a strange thing though, because Eric Palmer Brown got a pass.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, France much higher than Scotland, but
Eric Palmer Brown's faster than CCV.
Absolutely, yes.
So there's that.
That was his big detracting point that we always bring up is that he's a slow center back.
He's kind of plodding along. He's athletic, but he's not super quick.
He's good in the air, and he's same thing you got to do when you're a slow center back all the time is you got to be good on the position and moving around
and positioning. Yep,
you're never going to be catching back up to the long balls through.
Speaking of long balls, Sam Vines is injured, so he wasn't even an option going into this window. Gooch is injured. Novakovic went 12 and Pfock 64 in a loss, did not score. Which Timothy Tillman, the brother, did not. Not Timothy Tillman, his brother. Malik Tillman did not dress for Bayern. Soto went 30 for Livingston in a loss, and Johnny Cardoso. God, I couldn't figure out what happened, but he was in the game for International. There was no fucking report or whatever. So that was Saturday, and then Sunday, Giocaccini in the 18. Okay, here are all the guys in the 18 who did not play this weekend. Giocaccini, Tyler Adams, Timothy Chandler, Matthew Hoppe, Tanner Tessman, Richie Ledesma, Mark McKenzie, Brian Reynolds, and that'll do it for the most part. So a lot of in the 18s did not play. A lot of them. And then we get into the guys that did play, and there are a whole lot. Brooks went 88 in a loss for Wolfsburg. Reyna 90 in a tie. I thought Reyna looked pretty good. But I was
he went for the full 90? That's good news.
The frustrating thing was there were so many times where he's like, I'm moving in open space. I'm fucking wide open. Pass me the fucking ball. And they wouldn't do it. Hazard, in one particular case, like Reyna was standing on the free kick dot. He was wide open. Hazard didn't even lift his stupid fucking Hazard head to pass him the ball. The fucking guy's a moron. I'm sorry. He's not his brother, and he's a dummy.
I think you texted me during the game saying that Reyna should have probably had 2 assists, but Haaland pushed him wide.
Yeah, Haaland blew 2 things that Haaland would usually finish easy, 1-on-1 with the goalie. He blew them. He blew 2 of them.
That's what happens when you sit the bench for 2-3 months.
Yeah, that game should not have been a tie for Dortmund. They should have.
And to your point, I mean, Reyna should probably have had a couple assists. Now, of course, that's taking into consideration everything's happening in a vacuum, in the sense that if he would have gotten the first assist, would he have gotten the second assist? That's the big thing. People always bitch about, like, oh, so-and-so should have had 2 goals. I'm like, well, after he scored that first goal, would he have gotten the chance for that second goal?
I can only deal with the actual reality of what I watched. I can't live in.
There should have been at least 2 chances that he should have gotten an assist.
I can't live in an alternative universe. I know there are people out there that like to do that, like there's but I don't. I live in
Charlie Davies and I guess
Charlie Davies.
I'll throw them all on the bus.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. We're just following through on the joke. All right. Sands went 64 though. Ledesma was in the 18 for PSV and didn't play. No one should be surprised by that. Okay. Lucio went 34. Hoppy, I think I mentioned in the 18 didn't play. Aaronson was injured, thus he's not going to be there. Alan Sonora went 45 in the loss for Independiente. Odasawi did not dress. We mentioned that. Chris Durkin went 20 in a win for St. Truden. Christian Kappas, Brøndby, 3 minutes. Sabby, 70 in a loss for OB. Zach Steffen, 90 in a cup game and a win. Ethan Horvath, 90 in a cup game. Alex Mighton, I don't think he ever got on. Nico Carrera was in the 18 again for Holstein Kiel. I'm looking forward to him actually playing. Johan Gomez, 33 for Zwickau in a win with his American manager, Joe Enox. Stanko, 90 for Pass in a tie. Saucedo's injured. Reggie Cannon, 90 in a loss. Haji Wright, 60 in a win. Jaboli Arayebi for Ankaraguchu, 30 minutes. Goal. A goal that tied the game in the 90th minute. They are still in first place in the Turkish second division. They're going up. And Boyd's team, Rizespor, they're going down.
So that's another player. That would have been an interesting one to bring up during the live stream when they asked who was like the most hyped player that is most disappointing. Boyd would have been a very good one because he came in and for the first couple games looked incredibly good.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this guy's got a promising future.
He's got a fire under his ass.
And then it went. Mm-hmm. And another one. This is an unfortunate plagued by injury one. But Bacon was another one. I don't know why I didn't think about Bacon. Bacon was, oh man, there's so much hype around Bacon.
Johansson.
Yeah, Aaron.
Remember,
Johansson.
We don't have photos to let people know what we're talking about.
I don't have it right on the fly, but yeah, Aaron Johansson. Everybody should know that his nickname is Bacon. Because he looks like Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Yep.
Looks a lot
scary.
Like
it's scary.
So, but yeah, another promising player who unfortunately happened to be hampered by injury after injury after injury.
Yeah.
But still, so promising.
Des was injured, by the way. Didn't play for Barcelona.
Did, but then he got injured.
No, right? He got injured before that.
He got injured during the pre?
He did not play at all in the Barcelona.
I thought he got injured during the game. My bad.
No, not during El Clasico. It was the game before. So he didn't play at all.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. I must be a few days behind, apparently, in that.
And, man, Barcelona delivered an ass whooping to Madrid. And, listen, all of you who are excited about El Clasico, go for it. It's never interested me. So I hate Real Madrid, and I'm not a big fan of Barcelona. So I hate Barcelona less because
Safe to say you're just not a big fan of La Liga.
No, I'm not a big fan of teams that buy all their talent from other places. Although I will give Barcelona this, they develop a lot of their own talent.
Yeah.
Whereas Madrid doesn't. They just go and buy all the best players from all the other teams. So that's annoying to me. So fuck them. And fuck all the teams with all the big money and just buy everybody else's players and don't develop their own. Fuck those teams. Anyhow,
you can't say fuck you to Chelsea anymore because that's all they can do for the next couple of years.
Well, we'll see. They're about to have new owners. I'm an underdog guy, so that's going to probably clear up as soon as there's a whole team of English bidders coming in for Chelsea. It's going to cost a lot of money, but somebody's going to pull it off. Ben, by the way, I just want to mention some MLS guys before we clean this out. Ben Bender, Charlotte, 20 minutes for Charlotte, and a goal and an assist in a win for Charlotte. Ben Bender, from the college. He was one of the draft picks. And he played like a motherfucker in this game. Jose Rodriguez, 26 for Houston with an assist. Jose Ferreira, 3 goals and an assist. That guy's on fire for FC Dallas in that game. Areola, a goal. Servania, an assist. Bobby Wood, a goal. Tate Schmidt, a goal and an assist. Tate Schmidt. God damn. Tate Schmidt coming out of nowhere. Walker Zimmerman, a goal and a loss. Roldan, an assist. God damn it, Roldan. Would you quit doing that? And then, although he's going to be on the team, and we know that. Brandon Vasquez, another goal, and then an assist. Brandon Vasquez is on fire right now for Cincy. That is 4 goals and an assist in 2 games. Bedoya, a goal. Bradley, an assist in a win. Canoes, a goal. Lennon, a goal in a tie. Mihailovic, another goal in a tie. So those are the summaries of the U.S. players that are relevant doing something in MLS.
Can't help but think that you included Bedoya and Bradley in there when they have 0 chance of actually showing up for the United States national team. And you ignored a U20/U23 midfielder / striker who got an assist this weekend. Can't help but think that you purposely missed him on purpose.
It's one of your Chicago boys.
You missed all the Chicago all the time.
Didn't watch the game. Watch highlights.
It wasn't Slonina. Don't worry about that.
Who was it?
Brian Gutierrez.
He got an assist?
Oh, it was a nice one too. Yes.
Okay, I didn't see that come up. I watched all the highlights.
Yep. Brian Gutierrez got the got the assist on the 3rd goal. It was a nice one. So he got the ball going down the right side. Mm-hmm. Instead of just laying over across like most people would do, he ended up cutting it back nicely. Took 2 defenders out of position completely, played it across. Now, don't get me wrong. Amelia's sucked donkey balls for Sporting Kansas City. Absolutely.
Donkey dick, by the way.
Balls, dick, sucked it all. I don't care. Amelia sucked balls, dick. It all is there. So fortunately, Chicago benefited from a bad goalkeeping performance, but they did beat him 3-0 or 3-1. Sorry, 3-1. But Gutierrez got the assist on the 3rd goal.
Yeah, the only thing I'm missing here is Ventura Alvarado went 10 for Juarez on Monday, and Fernando Arce is out with red card accumulation. And Leonard Maloney went 90 for Dortmund too, so he's back with the small boys. And then Shaq Moore and
it's actually funny how many people brought up is it Maloney or is it Marloney? Maloney, okay. They brought him up and they're like, yeah, this is a defender. This is somebody to keep an eye on. I'm like, Derek and I have talked about him for like months. We brought his name up all the time.
Every report we bring him up.
Whatever. I don't want to bring it up, guys.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that syphilis fucks with your nose? I didn't know that.
Is that why you've been sniffling all day?
No, it's like it fucks your nose up and it makes it disappear, like Michael Jackson or something. It's really creepy.
Oh.
So
I thought that was because of all the surgeries they've done on it.
no, that shit
Not
just
because
like
of syphilis.
it just eats up your face and shit. It's disgusting. I never knew. And then people were like, "Yeah, Napoleon."
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say Napoleon had syphilis. Well, there are no paintings of him with a bunch of deranged shit on his face. So
do you think there's a correlation between having syphilis and doing meth? Because what you're describing sounds a lot like somebody who did meth.
Well, I mean, if you're doing a lot of meth with other people who are doing a lot of meth, you might have a lot of unprotected sex.
There you go. There's a correlation.
So there could be a correlation. I'm not a, statistician, so I can't confirm
I've neither
that.
had syphilis nor done meth, so I can't tell you.
I just know that when I lived in a house in Bloomington, there was a little cottage in the back of the house, and there were a bunch of meth heads in there that lived there and were renting that little cottage, that they had a foot of garbage when they were kicked out. The owner showed up at the cottage and was like, "Holy fuck, what the fuck is going on? What is happening here?" Yeah, like they were making meth in their bathtub.
What?
They were making meth in the bathtub, and they had a foot of garbage on the floors of the whole house.
I mean, you can look at the before and afters of a lot of heavy drugs. The meth is the one that always confused the shit out of me.
Never done it.
I mean, I agree. Never done it. But I'm just like,
never will.
How can you sit there and convince somebody? I'm like, yeah, dude, you're going to get totally fucking high off this shit. And it's cheap. But you might lose all your teeth and half your jaw and all of your nose. And you'll look like a fuck for the rest of your life. The word
cheap just summed it up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because if you are broke and you have no money and you're like, I just want to get high, but I can't afford weed.
I'm sorry, but an $8 bottle of vodka is sufficient.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't need to be ingesting some random concoction of chemicals.
It's a totally different high, as far as I understand.
I don't give a rat's fucking ass. I've seen the after effects.
It's kind of like a mix between heroin and speed and cocaine, as far as it's been explained to me. And I would never do it.
Just stick a hot poker in your brain and be done with it.
And this is somebody who, from the age of 18 or 17 to the age of I'm not going to mention how old, did everything under the sun that was natural, though. I mean, I did acid once or twice or 4 times, and I fucking did not like my 4th experience. So I'm like, I'm done with that shit. I don't want to deal with that. But I did shrooms, and I did marijuana, and I did coke, and I did all the illegal drugs, heroin, marijuana, blah, blah. You name it, opium. Did it all when I was younger. And I have to say that most of them were okay, and I never got addicted, but a lot of my friends did. So I'm not advocating that, because a lot of people have very addictive personalities, and once you get on that train, it's hard to get off of the train if you have that personality. So
I think that's why a lot of people listen to us, is because we have addictive personalities.
Don't fuck with that shit.
Sorry.
I mean, don't fuck with that shit just in case.
100%.
Yeah.
And like I said, I started and stopped at alcohol, and I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, alcohol
when I
has
drink.
Its own addictions, I guess. Marijuana shouldn't be a big issue for most people if you use it in a responsible way.
I had some of those sausage stuffed mushrooms at your mom and dad's house.
And you felt really good afterwards. But heroin, don't go there. I've had way too many musician friends die from that. So don't go. Heroin's a bad thing. And listen, I can't go down the whole list, but in general, just be smart about your life decisions as much as you can be, and know when enough's enough.
On a happy note, Brian appreciated the fact that we responded to his question on the live stream and said, thanks for the response, guys.
Okay, good.
Just trying to add a bit of happiness at the end of this.
All right. Well, we're done, though, right? Completo.
I hope so. We don't need to talk about drugs or STDs anymore.
Finito. Done. All right. Well, we will be back because we got shit to coverage. We're going to be on Pete Show, I guess, at the end of which game?
Panama.
After the Panama game, we're going straight to Pete Show.
Sunday. Yep.
On Sunday. So go there for that. We probably won't do our own show that night. It's just a sacrifice we're going to make.
Well,
So,
we'll follow that up with our normal Monday
on Monday show. Yeah.
Yeah. And we plan to do our normal Thursday show. No, wait.
Monday, Thursday.
No, we don't plan to do our Thursday show for Mexico because that game's at 10 o'clock, which means that we won't be even on live stream until after midnight.
Holy fuck! What day is that?
That's Thursday, the first game of the week. So Thursday we will not be on. We'll probably we may change it up and just be on Friday. I don't know.
I guess we'll have to decide.
Yeah, we're not going to be. I'm not staying up that late. I'm actually taking that Friday off, and I'm not staying up that late for that reason.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. We'll be so blitzed. We will have no insight whatsoever. Yeah. So
So game playing guys, we'll be on ideally Friday night doing a live stream. Maybe we'll have people on. I don't know. We'll be on Pete's show for the Panama game Sunday night.
After the game.
After the game. And then we'll do our own normal live stream on
Monday.
And our shows on Monday. And then do our after effect on Friday or Thursday, Thursday, depends on when's the Costa Rica game. Is that a Wednesday or is that a Tuesday?
God, I don't know.
I can look it up right now, guys, but by the time I look it up, we don't know the answer.
I just hope it's not too late. That's all I got to say.
Playing it by ear, guys. Well, it's in Costa Rica, of course.
Yeah, we'll just play it by ear. We'll let you know, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll set out. We'll put some announcements on YouTube. We'll do the Twitter announcements and all that jazz, so you guys can be here with us. Just want to thank everybody for supporting the show, doing what you're doing. We're moving up. We're moving on up.
10 subs every couple days. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. So, it's great, guys. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, subscribe, share it with your grandmother or your grandfather, and we will see you the next time on the Straight Radio.
That hurt. More verticality. Recording in progress.
All right.